again, I am Clarisa Figueroa. I work with the Graduate Management Admissions Council, and I am the marketing manager for the Americas region here at GMAC. And I'm really excited to be here. And again, I appreciate you guys for joining us today.
It's great having you with us once again, Clarissa. We're really looking forward to everything that you have to share with us today. So can you give us a quick overview about the GMAT exam? Who exactly is the GMAT exam for?
Yes, absolutely. So the GMAT exam is really for those who are really serious about business school. It was really designed specifically with the business school admissions process in mind. And it's used by business schools to discover and select the right candidates. Currently, the GMAC is being accepted by over 7,700 business and management programs worldwide. And it's also valuable for candidates to demonstrate their commitment to business school, as well as a key indicator that of how the students might perform during their program, their MBA. So in addition, beyond business school admissions, it really measures the skills that are sought by employers and global organizations when it comes to their hiring decisions.
Yeah. So with the GMAT being accepted by 7,700 institutions, it's definitely the most trusted and widely used assessment for business school admissions on a global scale. So how would you say that the GMAT exam results are a predictor of academic success, kind of like you mentioned?
Yeah, well, first it is important that we remember that the GMAT has been around for over 60 years. And on a regular basis, the GMAT conducts predictive validity research for specific schools to understand exactly how the test scores correlate with academic performance of MBA students. How do we do this? We really take the GMAT section scores and total GMAT scores and compare it to those with course grades year over year and for different academic programs. What we found is the results show that exams scores correlate with the business school's GPA, and about halfway through the program. So when you factor in all of these things for each section scores, the undergrad GPA, we get a better sense on how the candidates might perform in the program itself. So while additional factors help narrow down that GPA range, it's really the GMAT total score and the section scores that are the strongest predictors of the candidate's success during the program.
That's, I think, really important to know. It is this comprehensive process, but the GMAT has such a big role to play in that process. So kind of in line with that, what part does the GMAT score play in the application process?
Well, it's important that everybody keeps in mind that when it comes to the admissions process, there's more aspects that are involved in the decisions outside the GMAT score. So it's not only the GMAT scores. Admissions officers really look at the important intangibles. So the soft skills are as well play a good part in that process in order to complete and get an accurate picture of the actual candidate. So this is why you submit other information in your application process, like your resume, essays, any extracurricular activities, recommendations, and sometimes even an interview with the school program. But a school not only wants to make sure that you're both academically and personally a good fit to their program and competent, but also want to ensure that you will benefit from the overall experience and the networking piece that the MBA or the program itself plays. And by taking a balanced approach and looking at all of these different aspects, including the GMAT scores, that's when the admission team really can accomplish their goal of identifying the right candidate for the program and the best fit for you.
Yeah, I think that really highlights the importance of being a well-rounded candidate. Just be doing a little bit of things everywhere, and then that will really improve your chances of admissions.
Right.
So can you share with us what resources are available to help candidates prepare for the GMAT exam? And I think it would be great if you can let us know if there is one that is preferred by others as well.
Yeah, I mean, totally. We here at GMAT, they are available to to candidates. We don't only have official practice exams. We also have some actual questions from past exams that have the same scoring algorithm. So taking a practice exam is definitely a great way to kind of set the baseline to identify your strengths and weaknesses. But we have some of the products that we really encourage candidates to have is first, there's an official starter kit that is really valuable. And we also have the 8-week study planner. So those are free products that we have available to candidates. But in addition, we do have some at expense, like the official practice exam from 1 to 6 that are really a great tool. What we have heard is that our official guide, the official GMAT guide, is the one that's the most popular among candidates because it kind of has everything in one. But there are some bundles that are available. The important thing is that this preparation journey is really essential and individual to each candidate. So for some, self-study will work for you. For some of you, maybe working with a test prep organization will be best, or even study groups. So really identify what's best for you, and then that way you can be in line with some of the best products that will work for you and your learning experience.
Yeah, I think that's so important. Like everyone learns in different ways, and understanding how you best learn and using the resources that support that goal is the best way to study for you. And as you mentioned, there is a ton of resources that GMAT provides. And so if you want to take the GMAT exam, it's best to go to who provides it. So what are some of the best practices that will set up students for success on the test day itself?
Yeah. Well, first of all, I think it's important that you really know the logistics in advance. So if you're going to take the test online, just identify everything that really works out for you or that you need to prepare for. For those that are going to a test center, if you need to identify where's the right address, make sure that, there's parking in the area, all of those logistics, just make sure that you understand them so that you can prepare in advance. While you're taking the GMAT exam, we encourage you to read each question carefully and thoroughly, determine exactly what is being asked and eliminate any wrong answers and select the best choice. That way you're not really lagging, just sticking into one only. But the other suggestion would be to confirm your answer only when you're certain you want to move on to the next question, because you won't be able to go back or change your answer after it's been submitted. So that's something to definitely keep in mind when you're going through your test. Definitely keep moving through the test. If you're stuck and you really can't figure out the question, just choose the best answer and move on. And don't spend too much time on any single question, as I mentioned before. To that point, just keep your eye on time. Again, it's why it's important to practice your pacing. There is a clock usually in the upper area. So when you check your time, make sure that you keep a good pace for your progress. And finally, just remember to relax before the test day and on the test day. Just make sure you get a good sleep. Just know that keep your mind fresh. Everything you have already practiced and learned, you have done it before. Don't try to really study until the last minute, because then you may forget some stuff or put some anxiety on you prior to the test. So those are some suggestions that to keep in mind when you're preparing for the exam.
That's great advice, and I really love that last piece of advice in particular. So as we are reaching the end of our session, I did want to mention that Studying the USA will be sharing a form on Instagram where you can give us some feedback for today. Let us know if there are any topics you would like to see from us or recommend for future events. So with that being said, thank you so much for sharing all of this valuable information, Clarissa. Is there anything else you would like to share with our audience today?
Yeah, I mean, again, we'll be here next month. You can visit us at nba.com. You'll find a lot of articles talking about, helping you prepare. A lot of candidates speaking on their experience, on what worked for them, what they suggest, people like you, right, going through this process. So definitely go to nba.com, learn about our resources, learn about the information that we have available. We have our search service for recruiting, which is called the GMAS. If you have an opportunity, go to MBA.com, search for GMAT, and you can sign up. This is a tool that allows you to have access to scholarship and financial aid information for schools. They actually provide that directly to candidates, and it's a way for business schools to find you, and you can learn more about the programs as they provide information. So again, definitely plenty of resources on an MBA.com website. Feel free to reach out to add any questions that you may have that you want to learn in our next session. And that's pretty much all I have.
Thank you for sharing that. Well, Clarissa, it's been a pleasure to talk to you again. Thank you for all the valuable insight you shared with us today. We are looking forward to our next session in October, where we will go more in depth about the GMAC resources available. But I did want to mention that you should stay tuned for more information on that, as well as see you again at 9:30 for our Spanish session if that is something you are interested in. So once again, have a great day, everyone, and see you soon.
See you soon. Thank you for having me. Take care.
Bye.